Hello, everybody. This is Archie Thomas, and I'm going to redo a video book review of Ann Coulter's Adios, America. And I will need to occasionally take some looks at my notes. She said, the ending of America will not be televised, which is a takeoff on the Gil Scott-Heron song where he says the revolution will not be televised. She talks about those that say if the child is born here, the immigrant child is born here and is a citizen, but the parents are not, that the concern about if you send the parents home, what are the child going to do? She just basically indicate that they can keep the family together if all of them return home. So now if the parents don't want to give up their child, they can take the child back. There has been some that have questioned whether the 14th Amendment, which was designed to address the issue of black slaves, and therefore put in that clause, whether that applies to illegals coming here and having a baby that is born here. Apparently, however, as of now, apparently the judgment is that that's exactly what it means. Let me move on here. She mentioned some movies, and I don't recall what the reasons were, but she did mention Charles Bronson in, Death Wish, and then there was one with Clint Eastwood called Dirty Harry. She talks about the platitude that America is a nation of immigrants. Now, I don't recall exactly what she had elaborated, but I'll say that America had slaves also. So I think it's disingenuous to say that America is a nation of immigrants in terms of trying to justify people breaking our laws and entering the nation. Some of the people were slaves. Obama normally doesn't even mention slaves. Now, one time he did say that some people either came here or were brought here. But in terms of those that were brought here, forced to work free for centuries, then discriminated against long after that, and still feeling the after effects of it is a false equivalent. Let me move on. Let's see. Ms. Coulter talks about the historic wrongs that were done to blacks, and that's what a lot of the laws were put into place for, not people breaking the law and coming here illegally. She mentioned that the Mexican-American War was fought in 1848. Now, I believe she said something about Martin Van Buren had paid Mexico for Texas, but somehow subsequently there was a war and it was taken. I've heard the comedian Cat Stevens, no, Cat Williams, I believe his name is. Cat Williams. Guess I got him mixed up with the singer that's changed his name to a Muslim name. But Cat Williams was out in California and claimed that the U.S. had paid Mexico for California. The prevailing understanding is that Mexico, that much of America was stolen from Mexico. Let's see. And Ms. Coulter spoke about Bill Clinton needing 3 nominees in order to get an attorney general that would pass the inspection of the Congress due to people hiring illegal domestic help. She also mentioned George Bush had a nominee voted down, Zoe Baird. Later, she talks about the H-1B visas and said that Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, and Bill Gates, the creator of Microsoft, like to use this law, she said, because she believed that they could get cheaper and more compliant employees. Now, she said that Mr. Gates had said he pays his people an average of $100,000, but Ms. Coulter said that many of the people that work for him do not get paid that much. And she compared the H-1B program to indentured servitude. What happens is, according to Ms. Coulter, that they come here, they work for 6 years, and then they can get a green card, which I looked up and found out that that means that they can stay legally and work legally. I guess it's permanent legal residence or something. Let's see. Now, ironically enough, the first blacks that were brought to America were indentured servants, but I saw something where not only blacks, but indentured servants in general sometimes were compelled to stay longer than the time period that they were to work. And of course, so many people talk about everybody had slaves, but everybody didn't have chattel slavery, didn't break up the families, take the language, the religion, the history, the culture. So it's not the same thing. Let's see. Now, I'm sorry about saying so much. Donald Trump, during the interview, the debate, had discussed, I believe it was this HB1 thing in order to bring in workers from outside the U.S. and said that he couldn't find U.S. workers that wanted to work on a temporary basis. There are many temporary employment agencies that hire people to do just that. And not I don't know if it was steady work that Trump was getting these people to do, but if it's, for a season where you're pretty much guaranteed to get work for a season, I'm sure that there are many Americans that would gladly do that, and many that are already working for temporary employment agencies, caterers that don't put them to work every day, hotels that hire them and don't work them every day. So it's already being done on a big scale. What is Mr. Trump talking about? Let's see. Oh, now there was an 1867 end of peonage law that did away with the practice of indentured servitude, according to Miss Ann Coulter. She mentioned that convicted felons can become citizens and claimed that there was widespread fraud in the asylum program, and that some of them in high-profile cases later were shown and or admitted that they had lied about their status. One in particular was a maid that had accused some big shot of raping her. I think the guy was running for president of France or something of that nature, and that she was later exposed as an illegal and a person who was dishonest about coming here. Now, I saw something on TV once that that's one of the ways that legal residents can have that status revoked, which is to prove that they lied to get in here in the first place. Let's see. She talked about there are so many legal entities that help with the immigration issue. And as an aside, a lot of churches also aid them, as many had also aided the black slaves long ago. Okay, let's see. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and maybe look at some of my other videos at your leisure. I have another book review of an Ann Coulter book called Godless, where the rest of the title has to do with liberalism is godless or something of that nature. And I have done a number of stuff about conservative Dinesh D'Souza, including a movie review of America. Where would we be without it? I have a slew of boxing videos, including some comments on the recent HBO fight with Terrence Crawford, as well as Showtime fights, including Carl Frampton, who became the first Irishman to win titles in 2 different weight divisions. So I have book reviews, I have political commentary, and boxing. Please subscribe. Please leave some comments, thumbs up or thumbs down. I got 28 views within a few days on my Coulter Adios America review, and I hope this one will be supported as well. I was listening to the old one I did, and I noticed I had cleared my throat, and it sounds so unpleasant to me that I didn't want it there, so that if I listened to it, I would have to hear it, and it may not be the most pleasant sound for the viewers to listen to either. Now, just like to take a second to think if there's something else that I would like to mention, and I don't think there is, so let me click this off.